Hi, it's me again. Today we are going to be jointing a chicken. This is a whole chicken, quite often cheaper than buying the parts, so that's very useful. This one's from Lidl, free range from Britain, very nice, and £4.70 this one, so not breaking the bank. Very nice. So first thing I'm going to do is just cut it out of its plastic. Packaging. There, let's have a look. So here we have ourselves a chicken. There's the breast on top, legs, thighs, wings. So the thing I would first do is, the parson's tail is not very nice, so I just cut that off. It's not very useful, there's not a lot of anything on it, and it's very fatty. You can either add this to your stock, if you're making a stock with the rest of the chicken, or as in my case, I have a dog. He loves this sort of thing, so he'll probably get it afterwards. Same things with the chicken wing tips. The tips, just not very nice. They'll dry out in the oven. Even if you're doing chicken wings, this part of the chicken is the bit you want. So I just, where it's jointed, just cut through, and then it should be quite an easy cut. If you're struggling, you're not in the right place. So again, that can either go into a stock or to your dog. Make sure if you are giving it to your dog, you don't cook it first, because that's when they splinter. So there you can actually see it's a nice round bit that sticks on there, so that's come off really nicely. Next, you want to find, there's the wishbone that's sort of in here that a lot of people think is lucky when they find it, but actually for jointing a chicken, you don't want it, because that's what's holding it together. So you feel for it with your fingers first, and it goes along here and then in a bit. So what you want to do with the knife, a small knife, is just follow where the wishbone meets, just underneath. You just want to cut straight in, and with your finger then you can actually go in and break off the end of the wishbone. So I've broken it there, you won't be able to see it yet, and then what you do is just with a knife underneath the bone, just lightly follow it down. So you're cutting just underneath the bone to help pull it out in a moment. Both sides. So hopefully we'll be able just to, a bit fiddly, pull it out. This is a very stubborn one. Got one side out. Got the other side out. And there you can see, nice clean wishbone. You can do the pinky thing if you have a friend and pull it apart. And whoever gets that bit in the middle, I believe, is the lucky winner. There. Then you want to turn it upside down with the tail facing away from you. And this is where you can actually almost like break its legs, or pop the socket off the legs out. You could hear it go, and again that will just help you later on. There we go. So that's it popped out. Okay, we can cut a line just down the backbone with a sharp knife. Okay, and then we can cut across just behind where the wings stop, and what's called the oyster, which is a bit of juicy meat just above where the hip bones start. And then next we're going to cut off the legs. So we're going to cut around this oyster to try and keep that on with the legs. And then just gently remove the the flesh from the carcass. And just remember, it does all come off quite easily, so if you're hitting something hard, you're not in the right place. So there's my oyster here. And there's my hip joint. See, I can just pull it off. I'm not actually cutting through very much here at all. It's mainly the skin that I'm cutting through. There we go. And there you have the thigh and leg joint. Didn't have to cut through any bone very much, or any bone at all. Now if you want to make drumsticks and just have the thighs separated, again, you feel where the joint is, and you can just cut a straight line through it. And it's just a few sinews, but nice and clean cuts. Don't have to saw at it, and it comes apart quite nicely. So there I have a thigh and a drumstick. And then I want to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm just cutting around the oyster bit. If I cut through the skin, I should be able to just pull it off. And there we go. And again with this one, I'm going to cut it into a drumstick. There's a thigh and a drumstick. Right, now we will go turn it over and we'll do the breast next. So there's a bone that goes from the neck all the way down its back. So if we just cut a straight line down that bone, all the way down to the carcass. Just going through some skin there. Then we can just pull the breast off the bone, just guiding the knife along just to help me a bit, but I'm not really hacking it off or anything. It all just comes off nicely in one piece. And there we have one chicken breast. Took a little bit of the skin off for those, but generally really easy to take the skin off. I prefer the skin off because you don't want the fattiness. So that's the skin off, and there you have a really nice clean chicken breast. There's the chicken fillet inside the breast. You can either take that off or leave it on depending on what your plans are with the breast. And then you do the same thing on the other side. Now you can actually feel this bone in the middle. So you want to make sure you go down the other side this time, off that bone. And then again, you can just sort of peel off, just having the knife there to help you You're not cutting through any bone or anything like that. Just comes off nicely. There, and then you can just pull the skin off of the breast again. And there we have our second nice filleted breast. And then all that's left is the wings. Now you can either leave them on if you are making a stock and don't need them because they are quite a sort of meaty, bony bit. Or if you want to make chicken wings, like jerk chicken wings or something like that, that's really nice as well. So I'm going to take them off. I am going to use them. But if you're not going to use them, again, they make very nice stock, so worth just putting them on there. But there you have a chicken wing on one side. Chicken wing. Thank you very much for watching.